Hello everyone, it's the Cajun Gaming Guild and Little Giant coming to you today. And today we are covering a game in the Steam Summerfest sale called Mindustry, however you want to pronounce it. And right now it is an amazing deal, 60% off, it's like $6 Canadian. And it is quite the game. Hundreds of hours you will be sinking into this game if this is your style game. It's kind of like a factory, town building, tower defense game where you will be working on a planet to try and take it over, and you can take over every single tile if you want. And as you go from one tile to the next to try and take it over, there's gonna be different resources you're gonna be able to find in certain tiles. You can carry over resources from previous tiles. Your mines are always going to constantly be working while you're trying to clear a new place. Enemies are going to attack old mines that you've already opened up and you're collecting minerals at. You'll have to go back and defend them. Like, it's crazy fun. Crazy hard, but crazy fun. So we're going to get right into it. I'll give you guys a tiny bit of a taste. You have 2 planets. I've never played Eric here. Okay, it's a higher quality map and overall experience, but it's newer, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but it's more difficult. And Serpulo is more older stuff, but it's still really, really awesome. And that's what I'm going to show you guys today. We're going to play the Serpulo, whatever you want to call it. And you only have one place you can go at the start. Everything else is locked. But again, see these little hexagons or whatever they are? You can control every single one of these, alright? But it's only going to force you for the campaign to do specific ones. So it's up to you if you want to take, like, in between campaign mode. Like, you're still in campaign mode, but if it tells you, let's say, to go here next, you can do anything that you want, and there's going to be resources that may change in each and every one. So if let's say you're looking for a specific resource and it's not in the next campaign, well, you can go find it yourself. You don't have to follow the campaign as much. So yeah, it's pretty cool in that sense. Okay, so ground zero is 0, a threat low. We're gonna launch, and it's gonna give us a tutorial. Alright, there's copper. You can see it here in the orange. Over here down left we have lead. Okay, it says use WASD to move. Okay, if you click on the ground, you can start mining, and it's just going to send the copper to my base. If you're too far from your base, oh, I'm still not too far from my base apparently, it's going to go on me. You can only carry so much on your ship, all right, 30. So when you get close enough, you can just click and drag, and it'll just transfer everything to your base, okay? Scroll to zoom in or out, it's saying. Now it's saying open the tech tree, research the mechanical drill, and then select it from the menu on the bottom right, okay? So right here, down bottom right, you have research. Click on that, and it's going to give you a... Right now, it doesn't look big, and that's just because it unlocks as you collect different resources. And there's probably 15 to 20 different resources you're going to be able to collect, okay, and minerals that you can mine. And as you do, it's going to open up this tech tree, and as you unlock things, it's going to open up the tech tree. And I'm telling you, it's huge. It doesn't look big right now, but it's wide and tiny for a reason, because it gets big fast. So I just unlocked the mechanical drill, and it unlocked 3 new ones that are just locked behind certain things. And if you hover over it, it tells you what you need. It says research metal glass, research coal, or research coal. Researching coal just means dig some up. If you can dig some coal up off the ground, it will automatically unlock this stuff. Okay? This is silicon, and conveyors are copper, so we're going to go ahead and unlock that. We want junctions, we want routers. Oh, we don't have enough. We need 94 copper. So let's say it was 100 copper to research this. I can't remember what it just said. And I only had 6 copper left. It all went there. And then you just back out. You keep mining some copper. And then when I have 94, I can go back and continue, just keep adding to it. If you right click on the ground and hover, you can drag, and it'll destroy all those rocks and shit that you see in the area, right? Just to clear it out. Now we have mines that we can build. So if you look over here, you have two different menus open. That will increase as you unlock things. There's going to be walls. There's going to be a whole bunch of different buildings that you can make. And this is a mechanical drill. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this down, and you'll build them in real time. All right, that's how the game works. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to build. We're going to fill this area with mines. And why do you think I might have left a space in between, my friends? I'll tell you why in a moment. The reason being is because we have to build these conveyor belts, okay? And you just have to use the scroll wheel to turn it and then just continue building, and it's grayed out, okay? So I'm going to move up here just a little bit because I need more copper and I want it to get off of that thing. E to pause building, okay? So you push E, and now we're going to mine some more copper. I would prefer to build the conveyor belts first so that it'll start mining right away. So let's see, E to resume building. Okay, perfect. It built my conveyor belts, and I had enough copper to build the rest of the mines. So it's going to start gathering copper for me, so I don't have to sit here and mine it. And as you can see, it's pretty fast. All right, it doesn't take too long. But we have to build a few more of these. You're basically going to fill it up if you can. But in order to get like this one right here, I won't be able to cover. I could put one here. There, that would work. But you have to be able to reach it with the conveyor belt, right? And it's totally up to you how you want to design this. It's your playthrough, you design it however you want. This is just how I'm designing it, because the first area is very easy. You can't mess up really, but you want to be able to have this so that it's constantly collecting, and you want to be able to collect the max amount of resources you can, because later on when you go to the next planet and you die, and you probably will die a couple times, you're going to come back to this planet to collect more resources to help you keep building on the other planet, because when you go back, all the stuff that you built is going to be 3/4 destroyed. Depends on where the enemy went. They might have left you some of your stuff still alive, and you can just repair all the old stuff, but you're going to need new resources to get going again, right? So you have to be very, it's not an easy game. It's fun as heck though. And yeah, we'll go. I'm going to keep showing you guys for a little bit, maybe an hour or so, you'll get to see. And we'll go from there. So we're going to collect some lead, might as well. We need some, so just going to build around. And go up to about here, right in. I'm just going to do 2 separate paths, because then it's less congestion. So this one's not being touched. Oh, and neither is that one. There. Now it is. Perfect. So now we have a good little grasp. Now it's telling us to move up for further objectives. Okay, we're going to clear out all these rocks. We got another mine here for copper. We have another mine here for copper. We have a mine here for more lead. This right here is also some stuff that you'll be able to collect later. Oh no, that's not the stuff. It's right here. So sometimes there's old buildings that are left behind from other civilizations / sometimes it's going to be your stuff. And you can right click to take that stuff apart. Then you have scrap, all right? That's another thing you can mine, all right? More lead, more copper, etc., etc., etc. Now, I just happen to know if I keep going up a little further, it's going to tell me it wants me to do the next thing. But before I do, I want to get these mines coming down here. I want to have maximum output on copper. Because once you start building bases for fighting, it's going to suck up your resources as fast as you won't even believe how fast it is. So you want to have a good chunk of stuff coming in to help you out. Okay, we're just going to do this, and we're going to do something like that, do something like that. We're just going to come down here, just like that. It was that easy. Now that's going to go. Do another mine here. Perfect. Yeah, good. We have some of that coming in now. This scrap here, this scrap is good stuff to have too. It does not tell you to mine it, but you can. So we're going to. And you'll see it says drill speed. Okay, 0.36, 0.4. There, it's saying new content unlocked just by mining this scrap stuff. Okay, so that's why it's important when you find new stuff to start drilling it right away. Start mining it right away. You might feel like, well, I got to defend this place, I got to defend my stuff, and that also is going to be necessary for you to do. But sometimes you can just, depends on what planet you're going to be on too. Okay, let's just try and bring this back. Try not to mix and match stuff, and that's going to be all on you. When you design your little mines and stuff, you're going to realize, oh shit, I just put that too close to something, and now it's pulling stuff from the next belt over, and it can cause like crashes in your industry. So you have to be very careful for that. And trust me, I've done that enough times to know. Okay, this one here should be able to go straight in. Perfect. Now, let's go. We're going to go take a look at the research now that we have all this stuff coming in. I'm just waiting for this scrap to make it to our main base. And you'll notice 2.6k copper. There's going to be a limit. Okay? Your main core shard here, there are upgrades for it later as well. It'll have more hit points, it'll have more capacity. So right now the capacity is 4 grand a pop. So each resource that you collect can be collected up to 4,000, right? So we're going to go to our research now. We are going to unlock some more routers, sorters, distributors, inverted sorters, blah, 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 blah. Oop. And if you click on the information button, it'll tell you exactly what it does into more detail, okay? Bridge conveyors are how you can get across like walls and stuff without breaking your path, okay? Then you have towers over here, the duo tower, it's made out of copper. Scatter tower is made out of copper and lead. Copper wall, small and large copper walls, they're expensive, but you want them because that's going to protect your stuff, okay? And that's all I can unlock right now until I can find some new stuff to unlock. So we're going to back up. We are going to go up here and continue the tutorial, which says, research and place 2 duo turrets to defend the core. Duo turrets require ammo from conveyors, okay? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do just what it's asking. We're going to put a whole line of them, though. I'm not just putting a couple. Putting a whole friggin' line that way. And this way. Okay. Now, how do we supply all that with copper? Well, these routers, when you put them down, and when you put something into them, it'll start spitting it out in the other 3 directions. So if you put a bunch of these down, which I'm going to do, those are also not super cheap to make, but we have tons of resources coming in now because I did it properly at the start. I'm going to make that, get rid of these rocks right here. Okay, we have another mine over here that we can start mining. And we're going to, because it's saying supply these with copper. So we're going to need to do that right away. And we have 2 copper mines that just happen to be right nearby. So we'll go ahead and we're going to build those out right now. So again, now you have more menus to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and do this and this. I think that's plenty. Now we need to get this copper to those turrets. That's the plan. Now, could I use the same mine to supply all of the turrets? I could, but it would not be very smart. Okay? Because you have a lot of turrets here that can all hold a ton of ammo. And if you hover over them, you'll see there's a little ammo bar that will slowly fill up as the stuff goes through the pipeline. And once it's full, it'll go to the next one, and it'll go to the next one. And eventually they'll all fill up to full. But that's a lot of turrets to feed ammo, because once they start shooting, they're super fast. And you don't want to supply all of these with just that little tiny mine. You want both of them active if you can help it. And we have tons of time, so we're going to go ahead and do that for sure. We'll get 6 here, and these 6 can supply the opposite side, which is the smart thing to do. Because you have tons of minerals going down below, like we don't need to worry about it that much. So I can connect this anywhere, and it's going to still spread out to the left and to the right, and you will be fine. Okay? Next, you have air units. So these are really good for fighting land units. And how do I know that? Well, I just do know that. But if you click on it and click on the question bar, okay, fires alternating bullets at enemies, shows you how much health they have, the size, build time, build cost. If you add liquids to them, they will fire faster. This game has a whole shit ton. There's different types. It's saying use copper, but if we had graphite, it would be doing double damage, all right, and double ammo multiplier. But it would shoot slower, all right? But it wouldn't matter. You're going to be doing so much more damage. It's worth doing, all right? So where do you get graphite? Well, you don't get it on the first place because you need copper in order to make graphite, all right? Or not copper, coal. This one here targets air and it targets ground. It'll fire at both, but against air, it doesn't do as much damage. This gun, for instance, though, this scatter gun, only targets air, and I want to tell you, it will destroy air units fast. With lead, it's doing 40 area damage, all right? So it's worth doing these scatter guns right away, because maybe the first stage is going to be easy, but if something ever attacks this planet, you do not want to mess around with this, all right? So you're better off to have the guns right away. So we're going to go ahead and just build a crap ton of them. They're not cheap, but I don't care. And then last but not least, the tutorial is asking me, walls can prevent oncoming damage from reaching buildings. Place copper walls around the turrets, and it's going to tell me to build 6 small copper walls. Well, I'm not going to just build 6 small copper walls. You'll see. Copper walls suck, the little ones. They have their uses, because sometimes it's a tight squeeze, but I'll build a whole row of big walls, is what I'm going to do. Which does not end the tutorial, but it's going to be just for protection. Because again, once I'm done this planet and go to the next one, I don't want something to come attack and get through these walls while I'm not here. Alright? So you have to be aware of that. You can repair stuff. You can set up repairing stations, buildings that will like heal other buildings, but we don't have the tech for that yet. We don't have the materials or anything like that at all yet. So we have to make sure we get supplied, and then we'll come back if we have to. The first area is not that big of a deal. I'm going to build a second row of walls. I know I'm overdoing it, but I don't want to lose. I've played this game enough to know it sucks when they get through and get to your castle and destroy it, and you have to repair 3/4 of your stuff because you screwed up. So you have to be aware that it's very possible they'll get through. I mean, if they're not going to now, I know that this is overkill, but I don't care. I like overkill. It's infinite resources in those mines. You can mine those all day long, all right? And as soon as you hit your 4,000 mark on each resource, it says that an incinerator just burns everything excess off. So you just basically just deletes it, all right? So you have as much of that shit as you want to use. So, last but not least, we still have to build a small 6 copper wall, so we're going to build 2 here. And they're a lot faster to build. 2 here. We'll build 1 here in this spot. And 1 here in this spot. And that should start off. This is the enemy drop zone. Okay. Anything built in the radius is destroyed when the wave starts. A wave will begin now. Get ready. Alright? And if you're standing in that circle when they are spawned, your ship will die. So do not be in that circle ever. Okay? So you'll see he's coming. Your guns handle them easy. You can shoot as well, but your ship has very low hit points, and when it's destroyed, it just brings you back to your ship down below, your main base. And you can just it just respawns you, but sometimes that little bit of a respawn, and by the time you make it back, it could destroy a bunch of your stuff that you weren't watching or you weren't helping defend. I mean, I don't need to help these. I have so many guns right now. All right. So supply scatter turrets with lead using conveyors. So that's warning me that there's probably going to be a wave of air units. Okay. It told me to build them first, but I already built them. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. We're going to get some lead going. And there are tons of different types of guns and turrets down the road. Tons of units. You're going to have healing units. You're going to have heavy, like, armored units. You're going to have damage dealing units. It's pretty slick, man. Like, really fun. And you're going to have to take over their bases. Like, it's friggin' amazing game. Very in-depth. Very impressed with this game. Like, for what for $6, holy, you have, I'm telling you, hundreds of hours of gameplay in this game. So I'm just gonna put one of these every second one. Okay, and we'll do the same over here. I do not want to put it here because it will spit out onto that conveyor, right? And that's what I'm warning you now. If you're not careful how you set this up, it will haunt you later. You have to be careful. Now we're going to might as well use this. Oh, shoot. I did that wrong. There. This is enough lead to supply these, because these are not used as often. And they don't seem to hold as much ammo or something, but you'll notice they fill up super fast. So you have nothing to worry about. That mine is plenty to arm all of these guns. And once we do, enemy incoming, approaching, and there's a timer now, alright? And soon enough, you will be able to control that timer and speed it up, okay? So it warns you. Leave the drop point, like, don't be in there when it spawns, so I'm not going to be. Hold F to select and drag blocks, so you can do that if you want. So you can hold the F button and drag, and then it like copy and pastes if you want, and you can save the schematic, you can flip it, whatever. Okay, so that is possible in this game. Just like in, what is it, Factorio. Press space to pause and unpause the game. So right when you land on a planet, you can pause it, and you can go up and you can build all of this in ghost form, and then unpause it, and then you'll just start building it all right away. But be warned, if you don't have a mine down here at your main base supplying it with copper and whatever else, you're gonna run out quick. Like, it's gonna blow your mind how fast you'll run out of stuff. So just Make sure you have a good steady supply. Now that we have everything built and we are done, view information of a block by selecting it in the build menu, then selecting and I had already done that earlier to show you guys the different tower types. Okay. After the core is filled to capacity with an item, any extra items of that type will be incinerated. Okay, and I told you guys that earlier. So my copper is at 4,000 now. I cannot collect any more copper. Lead and scrap, it will continue to build to 4,000. And I think we're good. So now at this point, we can skip waves. Left click to shoot, so you can help out your towers if you want. Just to kind of speed things up. But you, like I say, you have no hit points. I already have half health just like that by taking a few hits. So I wouldn't suggest it if you don't have to. So that was easy. We're going to keep doing that. Just going to stay back here. I'll zoom out so you can see the action. So that air plane or whatever that was, spaceship, got destroyed in like 2 seconds flat, man, from these big guns. They destroy them fast. Gonna keep on doing this until we get through the first 10 waves. Once your defense is built, you're good. You don't have to sit here and wait and wait. When you're first starting on a planet though, it gives you 5 minutes to build your initial whatever you want to build. And trust me, what are you going to build? Your supply at the start to supply your base with minerals, or are you going to build your defense? Sometimes there's 4 or 5 paths you got to defend. Where are the enemies coming from, right? That's all stuff you're going to figure out as you go, and 5 minutes is not enough time, I promise. So sometimes you're going to go on a planet and you're going to die 2 or 3 times before you finally are able to secure enough choke points where you can defend it properly. And that means you have to have enough resources from this planet or any other planets that you've beat previously to it to supply yourself with more minerals. And if it's not fast enough, let's say I go to the next planet and die immediately and come back here, well, this planet did not generate another 4,000 copper yet, so you have to sit here and wait for it to generate. So the more minerals you have going down to your main core down below, the better, because it will just be quicker to supply it so that you don't have to wait as long, right? Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to try and finish off these last couple waves. We're almost done. Because we do not need scrap for the next place. We just need to worry about the copper and the lead. Go for the next one. I don't even know if either of these guns take scrap, do they? Copper, graphite, silicon. Okay, and then it shows optional enhancements, water and cryo fluid, and it shows you it increases your fire rate by a ton. So you want to supply it with water and cryo fluid if you can down the road. It just makes your guns way better. Scrap. So if I was to put scrap in the scatter, it does 33 area damage, but up to 3 tiles wide. All right, 5 ammo multiplier, but it's slower. Okay, so is scrap better? I don't know. That would be up to you to figure that out. I don't think it is. I think lead is fine. All right, 2 more waves. We're gonna continue. Look, there comes the ships. Bam! Look how fast they die. It's crazy fast. Now, you'll notice, I have a wall. That guy's a little heavier, so he took a beating. I have a wall that's almost done. I don't have a way to heal it just yet, so you just have to remove it and put a new one. It's that easy. And I would suggest you doing that just to keep your walls nice and fresh, because this is the last wave. And let's go ahead. I think it's going to be at least 1 or 2 big guys on this one. No, just a bunch of small ones. So easy. Easy peasy. Perfect. Done. Once enough resources are collected, you can launch by selecting nearby sectors from the map at the bottom right. So we are going to go ahead and do that because I'm going to show you how tough the next one is going to be. Okay, so now you'll notice all of these little hexagons around my original are all unlocked now. Okay, and you can go ahead and select them. It says threat medium, threat low. You have no idea if what kind of resources are going to be there until you go and check it out for yourself. So would I suggest that right now? No, because you're still kind of starting the game, I would go to the frozen forest where it suggests that you go. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a little bit of this as well. So it's saying, what do you want to bring with you? Well, you can bring 3,000 copper, 2,800 lead, and 2,000 scrap if you would like to. Okay? And you can just click max, which that is your max that you're allowed to bring. And then at this point, you just hit the launch button and it's going to shoot you off from this area and you're going to go to the next area to where you're going to pause the game right away. And now it shows you right away what resources are available here: copper, lead, and coal. And all you have to do is go look around and right away I can see there's coal right here. So again, you only have 4 minutes and 36 seconds. I can see it up top left. And there's 15 waves and before the monsters are going to start kicking your ass. All right. Now, do you focus on defense? And if you look, what are you defending? Right? It's there's 3, 4 different paths. I happen to know because I've done this one enough that the monsters are going to spawn here. They don't spawn anywhere else but there. So as long as you know what you're doing, and trust me when I say I've done this game enough to know where I'm going to build, what I'm going to build. I might leak once. I might lose my base one time, and I completely expect to, all right? But I probably won't lose it more than once. My very first time doing this planet, I think I did it almost 10 times, and I ain't even joking. That's how friggin' tough it was, all right? So just be aware you might fail a lot of times before you figure it out, but it's not impossible. You will get it eventually. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to build some mines because we need to bring in that supply of copper immediately. All right. So we'll go ahead with this, go ahead with that, and we're going to supply. We have tons of copper to make all this stuff, so I'm not worried about not having enough to make this initial mine. We'll go ahead and do this, and we'll do that, and that should be good. Now I want lead as well, and I'm not unpausing it until I'm ready to start building. I have enough to make both these, so I'm going to go ahead and make both of them. There's no point in not doing that. And we'll do this. And we're going to go right all the way around this way, here. And like I say, you're just using the scroll wheel to turn your conveyor belts. Fairly easy. We'll go right down to here. We're going to go to here. We're going to use one of these bridge conveyors, and you just hold the button down and see how it works. And it only goes so far, but that's just enough to clear that. And then you can go right into the base. Now, did I have to do that? Not at all. I just want to show you guys how that worked. Okay, we're going to get rid of these. And for now, we're just going to unpause it and build this quickly, but we're going to repause it once it's all built. I just wanted to get that built, that initial couple mines getting me supplied right away. All right. Now, this copper pile up here, we want that immediately as well because we're going to need a lot of copper. This is not even close to enough. We need this copper pile. And to be honest with you, we want all of this eventually. But at the start, because I know what's coming, we don't have time to do that right now. We have to try and defend immediately. All right. I have probably enough time to get this copper mine. All right. And then with this right here, the lead and the coal, that's how you make graphite. You need both. So I'm not going to waste just pulling lead to my base right now because I want to make graphite with it as soon as possible. All right. And I want the graphite coming in. I don't want just the lead. And you're going to have to decide what you do. You might want the lead on your run through and just bring coal separately because it's not a bad idea to bring coal. You can stash coal in your main base if you want to, right? It's totally up to you. But I don't really think there's a use for coal other than making other things with it, like graphite and other different types of metals that you need coal for. All right. So don't worry about it. You don't have to like collect it. You can just mix it right away and bring the mixture in, your alloy or whatever you want to call it, into your base immediately. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to build this copper mine though, because I do want that right away. Go here, here, and I think if we go ahead and do this, that should maximize this one. And you'll see that I'm hugging because I want this to work. I want this to work right away. I don't want to mess around. Build that right quickly. Perfect. More copper. Now we need defense. Okay. So what we're going to do here is going to take some time, and it's not going to be cheap. We're going to build some mines here. We need this copper immediately. This copper here is going to supply these guns over here and these guns over here. Then there's more copper for all this side. But we're not going to really need much over there. If I do this correctly, I won't have any mobs over there. They're all going to come down right here because of the way I build my base. And you will see what I mean here in a minute. But this comes with practice and knowing how to play the game that I figured this out. Right? So we're going to make a large copper wall right here. One, two, let's see what this looks like. Yep, that's perfect. We're going to make a large copper wall. I think this would be fine right here. I don't think I need too much. Just that should be fine. Then we're going to need, let's see here. How are we going to do this? You want to make sure you have firepower. All right. Trust me when I say you want firepower. So all this is going to be guns all the way right down to here. I know they're unprotected, and that's fine. You'll know exactly what I mean. Oh, shoot, I messed up there. I have this too close. We don't need this here. We want the guns there. And we want guns here. And we want these here. We want as many guns as we can afford. And trust me, this is going to suck your resources dry, man. All right? But you'll survive, okay? So it's not a bad thing. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wall this up here and here and any spaces in between. Okay? And what this is going to do is the enemy always goes for the weak point. All right? You're going to notice that too. The enemy always goes for the weak point. And actually, I want to make it so that they think that the weak point right now is here. All right? Now, why do I want to do that? Well, because I want the creatures to come down this way and not go to the left. That's what I want them to do. Yes, they're going to be able to attack my guns. Yes, but it's Tower Defense 101. You make a pass so that they think they can get through. All right? But they're going to die by the time they make it down this far because I have so many friggin' guns there that the gun should handle it without a problem. Okay? So, in saying all that, I have to get up here and I have to build all this in 4 minutes and 21 seconds, and I don't think I have the minerals. I'm already down to 1.4K minerals of copper. So you have to be careful what you build. That's why I'm not building everything. I'm only building some of it for now. So see how slow this is going to be? Okay, we need to mine up before anything because we need bullets. So it's focusing on those stupid walls up top, right? You want to build the guns. But if you don't build those walls, the mobs are just going to go that way. So again, catch 22. What do you build first? What do you not build? So look, I'm already under 1,000 resources. So I'm hoping the copper mines down below are going to start kicking in a little better because I know it's going to take time for one of my mines to get there. But look how fast that drained me. All right? Exactly why you have to watch out what you're doing. So now I'm going to keep building. It's just going to take more time. Will I be done in 3 minutes and 31 seconds? Let's hope. Because if I'm not, I'm going to lose this base. And that's why I said I fully expected to lose it one time. Because I know what it takes to build the initial base to make it so that you're super strong. And I didn't think I had the juice to do it, but it's going to be really close. And sometimes I do overkill, and this time I decided I wasn't going to do overkill just to see if I'm able to do it. And I may be successful. It's just we're going to see. I have 3 minutes left. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes to see how far I got. So I decided to check my base, and I made a huge error. I can't believe I made this error. So I have my copper going into a mine. I don't even have it going into my base. I'm thinking, why is this so slow? And now I understand why, because I screwed up. So we have to get back down there and get that built up right now. Because all that copper, that's what's slowing me down. That could have costed me. If I had done that properly, I'd be good right now. But now we should be okay, actually. Like, look at the copper coming in difference. It's a way better now. I mean, it's still going to be slow a little bit, but I think I can do it in 2 minutes. I'm glad I noticed that. I'm thinking, man, this is so slow. Like, I should be getting more copper than that. So I went and looked, and I was like, oh, crap, I messed up. So again, just be aware. Everything's going to matter. All right, once we get this initial setup here, we just have to get those walls built, and we're good. So I think we're going to do it in time. But are the guns going to be full of ammo in time, too? That's another thing. Hopefully they will be. It looks like we're definitely going to have enough walls, but I'm going to double up on the walls to make it more weak in the other area than it is here. Like I say, you don't want to overdo it. You have to make sure that these walls are actually complete, or else this will be the weak spot, right? So make sure you get all the double walls done first. Then if you want to add extra layer, well, that's up to you. And right now it looks like we're going to be good. Just going to keep building. I want to make it super thick. "37 seconds. There. I think we're going to be good. 3 walls thick versus that over there. It's going to the right. Okay. And now how much? But we have like no ammo. Okay, why? Why do we have no ammo? You ask. This has ammo, but this side has no ammo. So I screwed up on my build, and I see where too. So what we want to do, this right here, we have to destroy this. Get it done. We need to put a router here and then build this bridge here. That's my fault again. Again, everything's going to matter. Your builds always matter. Now, I'm still going to get plenty of ammo up here. It's going to start at the bottom. But my guns on the right are full. Like, it's still not getting through. It's not like 20 dudes are coming through. It's going to be like 1 or 2 guys at the start. And it should be no problem whatsoever to defend. And then I'll have like a minute or 2 before the next wave. Actually, we already beat the first wave. That's how fast it was. I didn't even see anything, did you? Oh, no. What? Are you serious right now? Okay. So this game changed it up on me. And I didn't even check. Now, I've played this map 5 or 6 times. And I've never once seen this as the spawn point. Okay? So it actually changed it up on me. And that's hilarious. So you're better off to go check, I guess. You're going to have to check yourself. I don't think I can kill this guy. He's big. He's like a heavy tank. Tanky guy. Like, that's how quick he destroyed me. And he's going to kill my core in like no time flat. So you just saw how easily it got through me. Alright? But here's the thing. Now all those defenses that I built are absolutely useless. Alright? So we're going to now go ahead and try and go back and see. Yeah, we still have tons of resources to bring. So that means my other mines were able to keep up with I took too long, and which is great because it allowed for me to collect enough resources to try again. All right. So right off the bat, I'm going to pause the game, and it says hold B and drag to select destroyed block plans. This will rebuild them automatically, and I'm telling you, this will save your ass. Instead of redesigning everything all over again, you hold B, all the blueprints that you already put down are there, and you just let go, and then let go of your button, and it will automatically build everything exactly how you designed it. Just make sure you pause in between while you travel around and stuff, because you wanna conserve time, right? You still only have 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and now I have to build everything on the opposite side because I screwed up. All right. So I'm just gonna get up there with my guy first. All right, hold on. Now I'm going to have to build that same exact setup opposite. I'm going to do it on this side though, okay? And I have not as much copper. I feel like this mine's going to be smaller than that mine over there. But nothing's going to get through over here on the right. It was just such a waste of resources. To be honest, I don't even think anything's ever going to go this way. So I'm not even going to go over and fix it till later. But again, my fault. I can use this copper here, though, to bring this up if I have to. But for now, I'm going to use this tiny, teeny mine. That should be plenty. But I'm going to have to build everything that we just built there again, except it's going to have to be on this side this time. So we'll build this and this to create our weak point. Okay. We don't want it to come, yeah, we want it to go down and not this way. So that's that part. Then we're going to need to build some guns. And again, we want to do this. And now we need a mine to supply this stuff. So we'll do this and this. Perfect. Now we want to not build this stuff first. We need to build the mine, get the supply going first. Okay, I'm not seeing too much copper flying in. Okay, yeah, no, it is. It's keeping it even, which is good. That's what we want. Get that stuff down below finished. Then you can build the other stuff. The reach is pretty good, as you guys can see. There. Once this is done, then we can focus on the other stuff. We should be good in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. I'll tell you. It's the ammo that I'm concerned about. Like those 5 little mines are not really pumping out much copper. But at least I'll have something. You know what I mean? For the first wave, this is going to be good. And then I'm going to, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to get this copper mine going. So we'll get this, and we'll get this, we'll get this. I know that looks weird, but this is what it's going to have to be, I think. There, just like this. Get this built as quickly as we can. Done. Now, when that copper gets up here, we are laughing. So we just have to survive the first wave, which I think we can do with ease. After that, we're going to worry about our bigger guns for the anti-air. I can set that up relatively quick because there's no other way that mobs can come, right? They're only going to come from here. So as long as I beef up this with guns, nothing's getting through. Then I can focus on mining the rest of the planet. Okay, here we go. See how this works. See, these are the big guys. That's why they're tough. But they don't last long with 25 guns. Again, you're going to lose a couple guys. No question about it. But very minor. He didn't get to my castle. He didn't kill me. You understand what I'm saying? So this works out just fine. And by the next round, all of these guns will have ammo. Like almost all these guns at the top don't even have ammo on them. That's why he got so close. So now we're going to focus on the big guns. We'll put, I don't know, 4 there. This is just for anti-air. We're probably going to need a couple down here and a couple down here. And then we're going to need lead mines to supply them. So we will, and I'm not going to pause the game anymore. There's no point because we already know that we can defend properly. Let's just keep the waves going, but I'm not going to speed through the waves until I'm completely finished with my defenses. And right now that's not it. It's almost there, but not quite. So we'll put one of these here, here, and here. I'll put a bridge from here to here. Actually, I think that you can push in this way. And we'll put the lead coming in. I just can't remember. I think that that bridge can push out the side if I remember correctly, but we'll find out in a minute. How won't we? Go around this. There's a whole bunch of different biomes as well, guys. I never really mentioned that, but there's like this one here is very snowy-like, but there's some that are mushrooms and underground. There's a whole bunch of real fun ones. Just want to make sure that this is working. We're going to see in a moment. Like all these have to get ammoed up first. Like that didn't take long. He killed 2 that time. See, I have it built up good now. Yeah, I see ammo coming through here. So that's good news. Means all these are getting ammo now. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping. And then we need to now bring all this down. Across. Up. Here. Here, here, and here. Done. All my guns are all, well, I say they all are. I can still see some copper moving up, but it's just very minimal. Meaning pretty much all my guns are all loaded up. Once it stops moving, you'll know it's done. Must be like some, yeah, these guns at the top are not full. Some of them are though. That's good. It's getting there. It just takes time. Because that's the way I have it built, right? I have way too many guns here. That's fine. Once they're full, they're full. They won't take as long to fill up. It's just they haven't been completely filled yet. They're getting there though. Alright, that's great. And my iron, good, that's filled. Alright, we're going to wait one more wave just to ensure everything is good. And we're going to then go down below and start mining coal. Alright? Because that's the whole purpose that we are here, is for that coal. A big guy and a little guy. The little guys can shoot from further, right? But done. One thing, that's it. Not bad. Okay, I think it's pretty safe to say. I'll have to just come check every wave to make sure I repair the guns. But I think it's relatively safe to say derelict structures are broken remnants of old bases that no longer function. These structures can be deconstructed for resources. So we're going to deconstruct this one just because we want the lead underneath of it more than anything. Couple guns here. Right. Then, once this is done, we're going to start setting up. But we need to get coal going first. So we're going to get this right here. Set this up. And you'll see right away, once you start mining a little bit of this, new content unlocked. So you go into research. Now we can get a graphite press. It's going to cost me 2.4k copper. Cheap, eh? Right? It's a lot of copper. Right now, I have 5.8k copper. So it's taken into effect all of my copper from both of my places. So just be aware that by taking this 2.4k, if I was to die now and start over, I'm going to have to wait until I have enough to come back. So you want to make sure you have plenty of copper stored before you go do this stuff. The combustion generator, that's another really handy thing. We're going to get the graphite press. We do want it. Pyrrhotite mixer, okay? Mixes coal, lead, and sand into pyrrhotite, which is another type of material that you can get. Silicon, right? Refined silicon from sand and coal. So all these things, and they're all going to continuously unlock new things. Combustion generator, power node, okay? So this is like a telephone pole. This power node, so it transfers power from one place to the next to get it across the map to where you need it to be powered. To like the mender, which heals your buildings. That's what this does. To the batteries that you fill up. Oh, I don't have enough copper for either of these things. I wasted all my copper. Gone. Just like that. All right. That's how quick that this can drain your resources. So you want to be aware of that. I'm not worried about losing. If I was, I would never have done it. So the battery and the mender are the only things I need to do, and that's if I want to heal and stuff. Right, for this map, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it too much, but just so you guys are aware of that. So I have no copper whatsoever because I just drained myself. But that's fine. Everything seems to be going good. Nothing's moving anymore, so that means everything is full of ammo. Now I'm going to put a little bit of a twist on this. As long as you leave a little spot for them to get through, they will still take the path of least resistance. Meaning they're going to fire to try and kill these things, but they're only going to hit walls. And then they'll walk all the way over here and try and get down this, which is perfect because that's what you want them to do. All right, so we're going to move this over. Actually, I want to... Oh, shoot. I could have waited, I suppose. So now they're going to die and not even kill any of my cannons. If I had done that smart, I would not have lost those 2 walls. Very minor, though. Do that. There. So now we're good to go. Like, we are completely beefed up. Now all we have to do is wait for copper to come in. So if I wanted to, I could use this copper, bring it back to my base to speed that up. I could get this copper, bring it back to base. I could bring all the copper other than where I'm defending because it's that easy now at this point. Now, when enemies attack, do they have a chance to spawn here and here if they attack this place later? I'm gonna guess yes. So you want to make sure that you have all this defense still built up in case they do. You understand what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and repair all this now to make sure that if something comes down the road, that I'm still safe, guys. I don't want them to come in the back door and kick my ass. So that's what I'm going to have that built up. I'm not going to bother with this because if they happen to get this one, I've already taken care of the other 2 sides, and in under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I can easily get this built up. So I'm not too worried about that, and I'll build it up if I have to, all right? For now, though, I'm going to leave this copper mine up here to supply that, and all the other stuff down below, though, I am going to now use that to bring back to my base. I'm going to make a graphite mine here. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that right away. So we'll go to this. Silicon smelter, graphite press. Okay, so the graphite press compresses coal into graphite. You need to input 2 coal, and it takes 1.5 seconds. So we'll get a coal mine going here. Okay, so now you'll see here I have a setup that I made for graphite. It's very simple. Okay. Now, do I need as much stuff of... No, I could have made this a lot more compact. I just did it this way for now. The next one I make, I'll make a little more compact. So let's get this stuff down to my base so we can start using it. Right into my main base. And you're going to want to do that with more than just that one little setup. You're going to want to do that with a bunch of setups. Like right now it seems to be handling it, but once all of this graphite gets into my main base, we're going to see if it really did handle it. So let's just take a look for a few seconds since we have time. See, is it handling it really? It's not horrible. It's not completely horrible now, is it? There's a few little gaps though. So it's not perfect, but I think the gaps are going to get bigger because my coal is starting to weaken, right? So I could fill that with this and there, just to add a little bit more coal going into the conveyor. 2 more little chunks here and there. Every little bit's going to help, but you can see it's slowed down considerably, right? Alright, so one mine is not going to be enough, right? You're not going to get that much with one mine. So you have more over here. So you're going to use this coal, and you're going to find that there's a big giant pile of it right here. So you're going to go around the map, you're going to get all the coal, you're going to make it into graphite, and have it all transporting to your base. Repair this. And the next little mine that I make here, we might as well just get it going right now. We'll make it a little more compact than the last one. So mine first. Okay, now we want to get that in there. Looks like it'll go straight in. What you can do instead is just make a junction here. That's what I would do, so that those things still go through and they do not intermingle with one another. They just go straight through. And then you can put this here and straight out into there. Okay? Sometimes the bridges there, they can screw you up big time. Because what happens, and I'll show this to you if you haven't figured it out yet, or if I never showed you earlier. What happens with bridges, let me find one. Where did I build a bridge at? Up here. So the edge piece of the bridge, this X part on either side of this, anything touching that X part can push it in. Like, see, this block down here is touching it, it's pushing it into there. So if you have a track with copper on it, it's going to push your lead onto your copper track, which causes confusion and problems. So you want to be aware of that. Bridges are only useful for certain things, and I would only use them if you have to. Bridges are good for getting over terrain more than anything. You can't use junctions for that, so that's where you're going to use bridges. Otherwise, you should use junctions to get through. Okay? Alright, I want this lead, since it's already built, I might as well have it, right? We're going to go ahead and bring this down. Right in. There we go. That should be working fine. I have to go repair my stuff. I know that we just had a wave. Only one wave left, friends. We're just going to go ahead and get that done right now. Only 2 big guys. That's how we end the game. Oh, those 2 things were on the edge. No wonder they were getting destroyed. They were getting destroyed because they were on the edge of the circle. It's fine though. We win. I'm pumped. So sector captured. At this point, you can take all the time you want and build mines, and you don't have to worry about any more waves coming. And secure the place. If you want to build extra defenses for future battles here, you can. I mean, you will have time if somebody attacks you, unless you don't come. You're allowed to just ignore it and hope that you survive with what you already built, but I wouldn't do it if I were you. So again, it's totally up to how you want to do the game. If I were you, I would also build another graphite mine. There is another place with coal in it. right? So all that's coming through. You will be able to upgrade better mines later as well, like nicer mines. So let's go ahead and look at the research and see what is has been unlocked. We're going to unlock all that copper stuff. What do we have here? Pneumatic drill. So this drill is faster and improved drill capable of mining titanium. Mines a faster base than the regular plain old drill, all right? But it costs graphite to build. So if you don't have graphite, you can't build it. All right? And it's more expensive and takes longer to build. So if you go in there and build a bunch of these pneumatic drills and none of these mechanical drills, you might be in trouble if you run out of the graphite, all right, early game. So you want to be careful how you do that, all right? But that does speed up your game quite a bit, that pneumatic drill, all right? It's going to be way better for you. And I think that's, oh, no, we have one other cannon, Scorch. Burns any ground enemies close to it, highly effective at close range. Copper and graphite. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this. Might as well. This is going to unlock another one. Fires arcs of electricity at ground targets. Lead and copper. And that's all we can unlock for now until we can get some titanium and silicon, metal glass. Capture the crater. So once we capture the crater place, that'll unlock. Research titanium, right? There's a whole bunch of new stuff. It's going to take a long time to unlock it all, my friends. A long time. All right. But you guys got a taste. This is Mindustries, however you want to pronounce it. I hope you liked it. And if you want to go check it out, the Steam Summerfest 2025 for about $6 Canadian, 60% off right now. You'll have hundreds of hours of fun with this game. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button down below, guys, it'll help my channel to grow. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Later.